we're live, unless the timing kind of messes with me a bit. I'm actually going to disable my nightlight stuff before we head any further. Make sure that I'm getting everything at least somewhat color accurate. Relatively important. Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be continuing our exploration of Terraria 105 before we jump into 106, something I plan to do today, if I can. The immediate goal is to get a Sun Fury. It's one of the best items available in this version, and unfortunately it's not attainable in any other release of the game, so we have to get it now. So with that in mind, let's pretty much head right back into it in our 1.0 world and do our best to grab that. So as a bit of a recap on where we were before, we now have the full set of jungle armor and get to enjoy that for a bit, as well as some of the best mana weapons that you could get at the time, and we still get to enjoy many of the high-end features of molten and or meteorite armor back in the day, where you essentially have permanent glow. No need for light pets. This already does a better job than any of the ones you could have gotten back in the 1.0 era. As far as weapons, our best one by far, at least for right now, is a Demon Scythe. And our goal is more or less just to fight enemies down here. I'm pretty much here to pick a fight, because the Sun Fury was a rare drop at that point in time. Let's actually look up real quick, and I will have to blank out the screen to do this, but that's okay. Let's look exactly how we get that Sun Fury, shall we? I'm perusing the wiki here. Perhaps that's something I will put on screen in the near future, at least for when I'm doing this entirely alone. So, let's see. Various different armor changes. There's the Flame Lash. How about the Sun Fury? There we are. And I guess the Flame Lash operates similarly, so we can go ahead and go after one of those as well. So apparently it was even introduced in in the original 1.0. I just never encountered one. They do 40 damage, which is pretty incredible, actually, for that point in time. It's not necessarily as good as the Flamerang in some respects, but it is quite good. And it is a rare drop from Bone Serpents. I suppose that somewhat explains why I never particularly ran into them very often. Because frankly, Bone Serpents are pretty hard to kill.
Seems like it there, yeah.
Hello, Mr. Shark. Appreciate you being here on such short notice.
Did you just start your stream?
Yes. And I won't be streaming for all that long today.
You only have like
interesting.
2 small faces to go through.
What's up?
You only have like 2 smaller faces to go through.
Yeah. However, I'm actually going to be trying to get the Flame Lash and the Sun Fury today in 105, because it turns out you actually can't get them after this version from Hell. They were always a rare drop from Bone Serpents. Until they got reverted to being a Shadow Chest drop. And, well, at that point, you really can't do a whole lot for them. Do I have any proper healing potions? There we go. Jungle armor is coming in very clutch, though. It is very good. So it's somewhat worth it to get if I'm going to be grinding it out like this. Somehow got pretty much all bats. I don't know if there's a good way to get more Bone Serpents to appear.
I imagine, yeah, but Can you remind me as to why you want bone serpents to show up again?
They're the only way that you can get certain rare drops from the underworld that would later be turned into shadow chest drops. This world doesn't have shadow chests, so I pretty much have to get them this way if I'm ever to get them at all. I don't know if the Flame Lash is used for anything, but isn't the Sun Fury used for the Bellamar?
I'll go look that up.
Or not the, I'm thinking of literally the Monkey Ball level. It's the Tao of Pow. Next week I probably will do a 66 bracelet stream. Assuming this goes even moderately well. Which admittedly, it's not looking great right now.
I don't think I found anything for some theory, unless I just don't know. No, it can be used to craft something else.
Okay. I'd like to have one because of just how incredible flails were back in the day. It does 40 damage here, which is very impressive. Although this does 35, and that can get a lot done. I'd just like to see how the Sun Fury does in its prime against, like, the Eater of Worlds. Although this would probably do an even better job, if I'm being honest. Get up here. There he goes.
Let's see what can be dropped in the shadow chest. There's Sun Fury, Flower of Fire, Flame Lash, Darklands, Howling Bow, Treasure Magnet, Rain, Tracks, and then a bunch of potions, bars, and Demonic Hellcart, Ornate Shadow Key, and Slice of Hellcat.
I was able to get a Flower of Fire. That's the only one of the rare drops that I usually get. Because it dropped from Fire Imps, not Bone Serpents. Making it a lot easier to obtain back in the day.
There's also the Darklands. I don't know if you would want that.
Yeah, actually, so that's, that was a thing by this point. Did it drop from demons, I'm guessing?
I think it... It's attainable when found in shadow chests in the other one.
Well, that's the case now, but back then...
It's in the case of like 1.0.5. Oh wait, no, it was introduced then, and in 1.4.0.1, it's obtainable from obsidian crates and lock boxes.
Okay. So in other words, I can't get it... You were never able to get it as a rare drop. Am I hearing that right?
Like it. It doesn't seem like it.
So I'm locked out of that one, which is a shame. But I can get all the other major underworld goodies.
Let's say,
And the Demon Scythe is already very good.
I don't think you can get the Hell Ball.
The what now?
The Hellwing Bow.
No, I don't think so.
Unless you get like Hailstone crates later on.
Yeah, there's a lot of items that you can get through fishing. The Enchanted Sword is a big one.
Well, that's news to me.
Oh, yeah. Oh, hey, here's a random...
Wow, that's a really good way of killing bone serpents.
Yeah, it gets results. I mean, it's a very good weapon. Especially here where you just have so much mana at your disposal. You can cancel out most projectiles. Jungle armor was very good back in the day. It's just, it didn't necessarily have a justifiable price tag attached to it.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I have it. It's on right now. I have the molten armor underneath it so that I still get the light bonus.
Oh, it's just that I can't tell. It looks like a vanity slot.
It is in vanity.
They added that in this version? Okay.
Vanity, I think, was 104, but it wasn't very useful back then. It's still not all that useful. Basically, how it worked back in the day was if you wanted to wear meteor armor instead of molten, you could. Because both had the glow bonus attached to them. So you wouldn't be losing out on any important features of the armor set if you switch to something else.
Remember, water is important. Drink water. You drink water, you'll live.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. I think 100% of people who have ever drank water died.
Don't drink the fog juice, okay?
Look,
Not-
100% of monkey ILers have drank water at one point.
Do not drink the
That's
rock
reason
band.
enough not to drink it.
Don't do that. Don't drink it. Do not.
Soldatron, have you ever drank water?
See, that would imply that I'm healthy.
Hmm.
That doesn't.
So,
So no. How can I possibly catch on fire? My body is 99% water.
oh, by the way, I'm impressed, Soldatron. You've even managed to get a cameo in a stream that's not even going to go for a full hour, I bet. So, good on you.
I just noticed that there was a small VC, and I said, "Hey,
Understand? These are just glorified small VCs. Like, let's be real here. These are for B-roll. They're not really like required watching for literally anybody. So I'm not expecting them to have terribly high view counts for that reason alone. I'm not worried about it.
that's what fell. My shower curtain fell."
Mm.
I heard a loud thud earlier, but I wasn't quite sure what it was.
Come on, Bone Serpent, get up here. Come on.
What happened in last night's VC? I know eventually people started playing Restoring too. What?
I got another demon sight. I mean,
That's
thanks,
amazing.
but they're not that uncommon of drops, to be honest. I mean, the Bone Serpent probably doesn't have a terrible drop chance, it's just you don't encounter very many of them. As much damage as I'm doing, I'm not damaging the same spot at the very often, so it just... Also, look at this lava here. It's just kind of there. It's kind of floating in space.
That's great.
Oh, I got another guide. That's nice.
I was wondering if, like, eventually once we get to, like, a major update, like, maybe someone else or I can, like, join into the world and, like, play the same time as you're streaming, just to have a bit of company.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if somebody wants to, like, do a co-stream every time I, like, jump into a new world and, like if you want to do a 1.1 playthrough, like, at the same time to show how different world generation was...
And then, like, we could, like, share the Discord stream on your YouTube stream again.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I don't know if you have much experience with, like, proper YouTube streaming or anything, but OBS isn't that hard to set up. And we could kind of dual stream,
OBS.
show each other's views, which would be pretty cool. I can make space in my stream window. Because my view is only ever going to be 800 by 600, so that's pretty easy to work with.
Well, I really don't know how that's going to work. However, if like, I set up a stream on Discord and you can just, like, take that and put it on your stream somehow.
I mean, I can. It won't look quite right.
Mm. No, I don't know if I'm able to stream something like at all.
No, I get
But
it.
maybe. I'll
No,
try
you-
setting something up.
No, you know how it'll work? It won't.
Spoken like a true Blender user.
Yeah. And like I'd have to like set up my own like stream to test everything out, and then like I'd also have to make time to know like when we both can stream, because like I can really only have to do stuff on the weekends nowadays.
Well, that's the case for me too. I don't know if you've noticed, but I haven't been on at all besides weekends.
Yeah.
And even this is going to be pretty short.
It's already like what, 8 o'clock here.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put the demon scythe away. This doesn't sell for anything, does it? And 20 silver. Nah, I'll just hold on to it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, that's copyright.
Way to get me banned.
Oh,
I just noticed a weird thing about the Knight's Edge sprite, because I wasn't looking close enough. There's no hole at the bottom of the sword like the Fierce Deity sword has.
Oh.
It's like literally just a flat blade. Pretty
Yeah,
quirky.
it is. So like if we are going to do this 1.1 playthrough stream, then you know, like all the download links for other Terraria versions that you're using. In order
Oh
to get
yeah,
all this
I'll send you the archive torrent. Don't worry about it.
Oh, all right.
In fact, I mean, I know I might not be making friends doing it, but I'll probably put a link in the video.
I think going to archive.org is simple enough.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I actually have the goldfish, so now I'm pretty sure. Let me find wherever my guide ended up. Maybe you got a better spot this time.
it's my motherfucking birthday. We know it's your birthday. Happy birthday, bitch. Happy birthday. So you just gonna bring me a birthday gift on my birthday to my birthday party on my birthday with a birthday gift? Happy birthday, bitch.
I'm still one goldfish short of my fish bowl. I'm mad. You need 2 fish. Why?
One fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. What
Oh, yeah,
kind of
that's annoying.
what
Have you
kind of
seen-
sick motherfucker?
Have you seen the like Plants vs Zombies in chess photo that
I saw that. I also saw the Gay Bowser meme. That was pretty good.
I love that. This fucking Markiplier at the beginning. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god! That's you. That's you. That is you.
And someone just posted the entire small text in this house.
Oh my god, you can just get lesser mana potions from the merchant now? That's busted.
Yep, it is.
Very nice. Okay. You know, we're just gonna get 30 of those, get 30 of those. Oh, they are more expensive now. And they got a doubled price. Expensiveness aside, that's pretty good. I will make... Let's do 5 of those so that we can make 5 more restoration potions.
Sound like Joel on Windows Vista. Install that. Install that. Install that. Install that. Install that. Install that.
It's kind of weird, actually, come to think of it. So the restoration potion is lesser, but there's no non-lesser restoration potion yet. They won't let you do that. I'm not even really sure why.
I gotta go look that up. Hold on.
Well, it doesn't have material next to it.
Restoration potion.
Ooh, but this is a material. Wait a minute. Oh, you can't that's kind of a weird system. But yeah, I guess you can combine a full healing potion and a full mana potion together. But you can't
Yeah.
unlesser an already lessered restoration potion. That's kind of dumb. I think they would change that later.
It's only for the old console version and the Windows Phone version up to this point.
Jeez.
Yeah, and after 1.3, they were removed and then replaced with restoration potions. Just like the regular one.
Oh, so lesser restoration potions don't even exist anymore?
Nope.
Then I should keep one on me.
I think they're just replaced with... I don't know how it works.
If they're replaced with just full restoration potions, then that's a pretty good deal. I think that's very abusable, if I know what I'm doing.
I don't know when it does that, though.
I could have an infinite money glitch on my hands.
Oh, yeah, okay. You're probably just going to have to wait until, like, 1.4.01.
Oh, well, by that point, it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm in Post Moon Lord.
Introduce mechanics from 1.0.6. That's console version. Is it introduced? Yeah, and it's no longer craftable in 1.3.
Hmm. Oh my god, so many hellbats. Good lord.
Oh, and whenever... Okay. So they are removed and replaced with the restoration potions, and whenever you try to cheat them back in, they just turn into restoration potions.
Hmm. Makes sense, I guess.
That's how it works.
You guys see my regular show drawing?
Yes, I did. It looks good.
I specifically only drew the characters that were in the space park.
I don't think I saw enough of like the later parts of regular show where it got super story heavy. And I just remember like Billy Mitchell and like the prom episode.
Basically,
That's peak regular show.
basically, Rigby, Mordecai, Skips, High Five Ghost, Benson, Muscle Man, Eileen, and Pops all go to space. And
Yeah, it was
everyone-
Eileen. That was kind of weird, actually.
Everyone returns except for Pops because Pops. Spoilers for regular show in case you haven't watched it. I'm giving
No,
you.
I have not. That's why I've clarified that.
Do you care if I say what happens?
I guess not.
Basically, they fight evil Pops, and Pops pretty much sacrifices himself to save everyone else.
That's like that other movie.
It becomes Neon Genesis Evangelion.
But it's funny. They ham it up a little bit too. It's serious, but
do.
also funny. It's serious and funny because like as they're hurling towards the sun, he goes, maybe this is the time I should reflect on my 1-star Yelp reviews. The ending is so good though. Just showing the next 25 years of their lives set to David Bowie's Heroes.
Yo, I got the Sun Fury, baby! Oh, and it emits light. Glorious.
We can be heroes. Just for one day.
Got another hook.
We can be us.
Okay, that's pretty much all I really wanted. I mean, the flame lash is cool, but I don't think it's used for any crafting recipes. It's just a Hellstone alternative to the magic missile.
Magic missile. Magic missile.
And Magic Missile is a very fun item, don't get me wrong, but I've never found it all that useful.
Magic Missile. Magic Missile. Magic Missile.
That like an attack from one of those Mega Man 8 characters.
Cookie Cat, you left the Stanley behind.
The fucking clown man. Thunderclaw. Thunder Cannonball.
What about Aquaman though?
Water balloon. Water cannon.
I got 3 hooks. Are these used for anything else? Like, I guess it's a good thing that it's so common, but this just seems a little silly. What's up?
Yeah, I think they're only ever used for actual hooks.
Well, eventually you can just completely circumvent them, because gem hooks don't require them.
On an unrelated note, do you guys think it's too late for Mania 2?
Frostman walks in.
I don't think it's too late for Mania 2, but Sega does.
What, Sonic Mania 2?
Yeah.
Like me Sega or like Sega?
Sega.
I think the ship has sailed for them.
I think Mania 2 is dead too. I mean, it's been almost 6 years since. God, it's been almost 6 years.
It's been almost 7.
For reference, there was 6 years in between the release of Sonic 3 and Knuckles and the release of Sonic Adventure.
Still though, like,
so that should be some reference on how long it would take them to make this decision. They're not going to do it. Which saddens me, because Christian Whitehead deserves to make it, but he's not going to get the chance.
It's crazy how they went from, like, as good of a game 3 and Knuckles was to, like, Sonic Adventure. And, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm personally more of an SA1 hater than, you know, just...
Oh, really? You're not an SA1 fan? How do you pronounce Hydro City?
Hydrocity.
Why is this true for everyone?
I prefer SA2 over SA1, and I say Hydro City.
You prefer SA2 when you say Hydro City?
Yeah.
You're the only one. Literally, the rule is that there's only two types of Sonic fans.
Wait, no. Looking back at it, whenever I just read the words Hydro City, I just think Hydro City.
Okay. Changing your answer on me, I see how it is.
I'm not trying to change my answer.
I know. I'm
it's
giving
a
you a hard
prompt
time.
It's a prompt that I've only ever seen until, like, that one guy made a video essay on it.
What is it supposed to... I mean, Hydro Velocity Zone sounds cool, but it was not intentional.
I think it was supposed to be Hydro City because there's some canonical spellings of it as Hydro City, but then there's other canonical spellings as Hydrocity. So I think it was intentionally supposed to be Hydro City. They just kind of fucked it up.
You'll notice that if you, like, break down the syntax of any translation, none of them in other languages refer to it as Hydro Velocity Zone. It's always Hydro Space City Zone in another language.
Are you referring to the game apologist?
I'm pretty sure that's the guy who broke all this down, yeah.
Yeah.
He did his research. I never thought to look in foreign translations.
This man did...
On my own.
This man did a... He did a fucking 20-minute video on a name.
A heavily controversial name.
Look, CGP Grey has made in very, very thorough investigations on the name Tiffany. Okay,
Mm,
I don't know if you know who that guy is. He's a pretty cool chap.
I'm at least a little familiar, but it's been a minute. Okay, let's see. What am I gonna... Thinking if there's anything else that I can do in 105, because that was kind of the last thing I wanted to grab. It was going to be my last chance to do so. I think we're good to move on.
Whoa.
So, a lot is about to change in the world of Terraria. So we'll go ahead and head off here. We will see a little bit of 106, and then I might head off. I can't stay for too much longer, but there's also like one thing, 1061 added, so it's not going to be a huge deal. So let's go windowed. We'll exit game, and then I gotta do some save file jockeying here. Bear with me.
I can see why people love using this weapon.
Now, I think one time where you went ahead and like you had some weapon and it said like this amount of melee damage, or like this armor had 15% more melee damage. Now that's categorized at 1.0.6, so it actually works now.
Right, it's not... Like, the damage types are actually a thing.
Yeah.
In many ways, 106 is a combat update.
I forgot. I don't
You
have.
can say that.
I don't have boost jump in this game.
Let's see here. So I gotta go to Documents, My Games, Terraria.
How did that get a hit
Player and
marker?
World Files.
How did that get a hit marker? That's a one-hit kill move. How did it get a hit marker?
105. I gotta Control C, Control V. The usuals. Then gotta do it for your world files too. Keeping backups is kind of the most annoying part of this whole process, if I'm being honest.
Yo, what up?
It is
Oh,
a
is that
bit of
Kay?
a process. Yo, it's KA. Welcome to the Terraria stream. For a few minutes, anyway.
True.
I am booting from 105 up to Terraria version 106. I'll have to change my stream layout the tiniest bit to reflect this.
I can see why people love this guy going off in the play of the game with a pistol.
Damn.
Now we're going to go to compatibility, disable full screen optimizations because Terraria is old as shit in this version.
Watch your mouth.
It's fine. These aren't going to get monetized.
No, it's not fine. This is a Christian
Sorry, Susan.
server.
Take down my channel. Strike me down with the might of Zeus.
I played Uno the other day, and I wanted to fucking scream when I saw the simple design.
Oh God.
The simple design? What are you talking about?
I played what was essentially modernized Uno with oversimplified cards.
How do you simplify Uno?
No, the game still plays the same, but the cards, the cards they redesigned the graphics on the cards to be extremely simple. Like they oversimplified the numbers and the icons.
Huh. I mean, it was kind of aggressively 90s back then, but like, what is it? Just really flat shapes?
It's just flat colored cards with really basic white font.
Are they the nice like plasticine cardstock though? Because I remember seeing those and they actually look kind of nice.
I mean, they look nice.
So it's just unshaded Uno.
It's just unshaded Uno. And
unshaded.
It's pretty much shifting from Papyrus over to Comic Sans, pretty much.
Okay, so already we can see a lot of differences. So
I was.
we have no light coming off of our meteor armor, which sucks. Worst change, 0 out of 10. But it does mean that we don't have to pretend we're not wearing jungle now. So we're going to do that. I can put this in the chest. Chests now have their color that they would later move on to keep in... geez, I think it was 1.0... Well, 1.1 would continue this look, but I think, do chests still have this color in modern game?
Oh, fucking no.
It would be a while, or it's been a while since I last played Terraria, but these, yeah, I'd say
Looks kind of like it. Okay.
Kinda.
Fair
From
enough.
my vague memory of playing this last.
That's good enough for me. Put those there. This here. I'm realizing how bad my cable management was. Or inventory management.
Same thing, tomato, tomato.
Basically.
I was being followed by somebody with a stiletto knife.
Oh, the Staff of Regrowth got nerfed. It's no longer a good fast track to a good melee weapon. Because back in the day, the Staff of Regrowth did 20 damage.
Oh.
That got dropped fairly quickly. Oh, but the Mini Shark is great now. Has the 33% chance not to consume ammo finally, so it's not costing you a fortune to use it. Half Shark, half gun. Completely awesome. Love to see it. Water bolts still have no value. I'm hoping that gets changed at some point. And a safe for 50 gold. Let's see. So that leaves...
This guy's name is Henlo Brazil.
Henlo Brazil. And we'll sell the remaining spiky balls.
Fucking reactor core.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, a lot of stuff has been overhauled. And now you can actually see that melee damage versus magic damage is finally a thing, which is nice. Another big difference is that healing and mana colors are finalized. Before, it used to be that mana had a purple color and healing was blue. That changed to mana being blue across the board and healing being... I think healing is now green and would maintain that forever.
Jeez Louise.
Couple other things is that cactus does damage to you, but it no longer causes knockback, which makes traversal of the deserts not agonizing.
Not until they're cactus balls.
Yeah, not until the age of the cactus balls. They do chip damage, so they're not great for early game traversal. I'm actually curious to see if the corrupt thorns and other such things are affected by that as well. Wow, these chests, these glitch chests that we got going so that we could put torches on our walls long before that would be introduced as a proper game mechanic, they are still here. Still rocking. Good for them. I'm wondering if they're ever going to go away.
The world may never know.
It'll know eventually. Okay, good. They're just removed by walking into them. I think we're finally free. Yes. Finally, modern thorn behavior. Thorns used to be terrifying when traversing some of these biomes, like the corruption and especially the jungle. Because jungle thorns did 10 damage back then. They were completely untenable. But here, yeah, they're much less of an issue. Okay, so as far as what I'm going to change, first of all, I think the angel statue can finally be placed, maybe? I think that was introduced. Oh, maybe not. I thought the armor statue was introduced, so I figured that would be the start of this finally getting with the program, but seem to be mistaken.
Oh, looks like I have Terraria 1.1 going on.
Dope. Okay, so I think... Oh yeah, some minor ditties now play whenever you talk to NPCs and other small things like that as a sign of intuition. Another big thing that I have to do, actually in the main menu, is set my keybinds, because finally, after frankly far too long, there's a grapple key. Took this long for that to be a thing. Just pretty nuts.
This was what Terraria, all Terraria was like.
This is when humanity peaked.
This is peak humanity right here. Very, very nice. And there really isn't too much else to talk about, to be honest. As far as new things that I can actually mess with, I can... A lot of them were items that I can't really make. I can make some of them, though. For instance, I have a lot of books, which I think combined with wood can... Oh yeah, there's some nice new things like dressers. There's the loom, finally, so now you can actually make silk instead of on something other than the workbench. I didn't even notice that some of the sprites have been updated. Tables and chairs and workbenches now look like they do in modern game, which is pretty interesting to see in a pre 1.1 release.
How is this?
Doors look normal.
How is this guy on the enemy team #1 with a fucking pistol?
So we can make a bench. We'll make a bench for outside.
Everyone.
Yo,
Hi,
is that
everyone.
Mr. Ultra Kirby?
Peace.
Welcome to the Terraria stream.
Yeah.
I swear these people are like coming out of the walls.
I'm no longer at that place I was at the other night, so I no longer have to use push to talk, and I forgot it was on for a second.
No.
I'm gonna have so much
Classic.
things to do.
I'm gonna need a lot of wood. I'm gonna go to the outskirts of the world and chop down some trees, because basically everything I can make is gonna be made out of wood.
The outskirts of the world.
But is it made of wood?
It will turn to wood eventually.
But is it made of wood?
All the stuff I'm making will be made of wood, yes.
But is it made of wood?
Define made of wood?
Yes or no? Is it made of wood?
Well, I said yes.
It will turn into wood, but is it made of wood?
Well, actually,
no,
it really
you
already
lost me.
was wood. Yeah, I'm not really sure where we're going with this. Are we talking about West Virginia?
No, we're talking about
Mama.
no, we're talking about Louisiana.
Oh.
Louisiana.
Yo, what is going on with
Luigi.
those? I think the lighting system's kind of bugging out. What's going on with these wood platforms?
Okay, guys, hear me out. Louisiana.
That's pretty quirky.
That is pretty based.
Quirky.
More like QWERTY up, am I right, guys?
No, it's
True,
keyword.
true,
It's QWERTY. It's QWERTY up.
QWERTY, yes, you're right. QWERTY.
Google.
How the fuck did he? I still don't know how he did that.
No one knows. No one, like, you can make whatever theories you want. I know I have.
My
like-
theory for that stage is, well, in the human lexicon, Q was always followed by a U. So maybe when he was naming the stage, he hit the Q key on his keyboard and thought, okay, well, U comes after Q.
It was just a really late night, and it was just like an act of basic syntax. However, why are you phonetically trying to pronounce a term determined by the row of the keyboard?
That's the only thing I struggled to think is like, but
It doesn't add up.
yeah, it literally doesn't add up. I'm surprised there wasn't a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 stage.
Subtract down.
Well, they all start from all the text stages start from left to right. So
It would be ascending then, yeah.
By technicality, if there was a number stage, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Yeah. Second goldfish. Oh, but you know what? Because I don't have a bug net or anything, I need another enemy to come by and kill it for me.
Why was Kingpin in Hawkeye?
I don't know.
Asking the real questions here.
I thought Kingpin was a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah, but then the MCU can share whatever villains they want.
As a treat.
It's fucking Disney. What do you expect?
Yeah, for real. There we go.
I just watched a video on it was like a summary of Phase 4, and oh my god. Phase 4 was either hit or insane fucking miss.
Define hit.
Spider-Man, Loki.
I heard mixed things about Loki, but okay.
Loki was one of the better things that they did.
I mean,
Yes, it
yeah,
actually
it
was
is
that
one of the
amazing.
it is one of the better things, but that doesn't make it good.
And Wakanda Forever.
Was it actually good?
People
Really?
are saying Wakanda Forever is good.
Wakanda Forever had one actor that carried the show, and you know who it is.
It's Chadwick
Jim
Boseman.
Carrey playing as Eggman.
Wait, what? Chadwick Boseman's in Wakanda Forever?
He's heavily mentioned, and there is a mural of him. But
Like
the
I was
way
gonna
the
say, I
film-
thought he'd already passed away before they
he
could
passed
film.
away. He passed away, but he has an insane presence in the movie because they keep mentioning him.
Like I get that, but like, is that just
No,
the
the-
whole movie?
The other
Well,
character that steals the show.
She's trying to be the new Black Panther, so she's learning from all Chadwick Boseman's Black Panther stuff. And there's a huge mourning for because in universe T'Challa is dead.
Right. I mean, how else are you supposed to write it?
Yeah. So T'Challa is dead. And they really don't explain it well. I don't know if they explain it well. But
Well, how do you explain it?
They're dead. But they tried to wrap it up nicely to pass on the mantle to the girl. I don't know how she's related to T'Challa because I didn't watch the movie, but she proves
Okay.
she proves herself worthy of being the new Black Panther.
I don't know if you can go around saying that a movie was good that you didn't watch.
Well, I heard
Logan.
a lot of good things about it. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Logan,
Yeah?
do you know how to join or host a server successfully in Terraria without joining someone else via Steam?
Oh, if we were talking multiplayer.
I just remember that we are supposed to compare, not join the same server.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, port forwarding was a thing back in the day, but you need like a VPN. You need an
Yeah.
ISP that isn't gonna try to kill you.
Some
Things I
people
don't
say that
necessarily
their
have.
ISP is still trying to kill them to this day.
That's because they are if they're trying to port forward. You are you are an extreme liability to them if you're doing that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But yeah, I'm fine with like just comparing the worlds and world generation stuff.
I think that makes the most sense.
I might try to get a character up and running so that I can easily get like some stuff without having to do a ton on the day of the stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do whatever you want off stream. I mean, it's your world. It's your playthrough.
Your journey and your experience.
It really
I
is.
mean, it's also whenever you want to like make the stream where you start at 1.1.
Right.
It's his
Although
world.
it won't be so much of a start of 1.1 though. I'll literally be starting at preparing for Wall of Flesh. So
Well, yeah, but it's for whenever you want to like start the stream or like start the transfer to 1.1.
Mm-hmm.
Also, how is the like save finagling thing working in like these really old versions of Terraria?
It's his world.
How do you mean?
Like transferring save data. Is it just dropping the player data and like all the worlds stuff? over
Oh,
to the
they don't
Unix file?
discriminate your save data. Your save data is the same as whatever your current root folder is. They never changed it.
Oh,
So that means that you actually need to, if you ever change a version and you want to keep your world file carried over, you back it up into a separate folder, and then whatever's currently in your root, Terraria will look at and try to load.
that's good.
It's worth noting as
love
well
it.
for anybody who's tested it for themselves, if you try to just load a 1.0 world into
Oh,
1.4, it won't just work. You need to convert it to other versions in between before it'll function. Speaking from experience.
I love
Yeah.
being the person in a video game to carry my team. Oh
that's
wait,
cool.
no. Oh wait, no, I
Yeah,
don't.
That's what
because-
I'm saying.
Oh wait,
Google.
no, I don't like that because that implies that everyone else on my team is worse than me.
Yeah. I know for definitely 100% sure that you should not like leave your My Games folder untouched if you open and make a character or world in 1.0 Terraria, because that stuff happens.
Oh, does
The
that
game
actually
will-
break things?
I think the game crashes if it tries to read data from a 1.4 file.
Oh, yeah, that
Reasonably
makes sense.
so. Reasonably so.
Yeah, I'm
So I
sure
just-
if you have a 1.4 file and you try to load it in 1.0, it'll be a disaster.
Yeah. So I just like renamed my 1.4 folder to like Terraria 1.4. I don't think it'll read from that.
It's worth noting that happens too if you try to open like the beta and you try to load a 1.0 file, it just crashes.
Yeah.
There's not really an error handler
Understandably.
for that. You can't have a retroactive error handler. It's not really how that works. Can I
You
make a
can-
mannequin? Go on.
I don't
I'd
like
imagine
I don't like mannequins.
I'd imagine you'd make like something that like Blender does is that it saves like the version number, and like the first thing Blender does when opening that file is look at the version number, and it'll just straight up tell you, hey, this is a like really old version or like a really new version, and you're trying to open it in like 2.9. Please don't.
Hmm. One
Yo,
book, 15
SDS.
wood, and 4 bones.
What?
Do you want to do some dev stuff tonight after you're done playing COD?
Yes, maybe, possibly, somewhat. I don't know. Maybe yes. I don't know. Maybe, definitely. I don't know. Yes, maybe, possibly. Yes, I don't know.
Guys,
Good answer.
I'm not sure what Sega has said, but I'm pretty sure that was a no.
Oh, okay. I understand. You've been
No.
through a lot lately.
No, I'm good.
Fucking
I
with
mean-
you.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. I said you're good.
I know.
Oh my! I didn't mean to cause that much chaos, but I guess it happens to the best of us.
I hate to do it to him like that.
KKK. How's Pizza
Yeah.
Tower going?
Pizza Tower is really fun, except when I get my completionist mentality out and then I start trying to P rank stages. Then it goes from, I love this game to, I'm spending 10 years in this game. No, it's
Those
been
are
fun.
mutually exclusive.
It's
What
just
is
more
Pizza-
so,
what is-
goddamn.
What is Pizza Tower? I've seen
Wario Land.
Wario Land
5.
4.
No,
Wario-
Wario Land 6. Because we already have a Wario Land 5.
No.
What, Shake
Did
It?
we?
Yeah, Wario Land Shake It.
We don't
It's-
talk about Shake It.
I will talk about Shake It because it's better than 1.
I don't think that's a high bar to pass.
It's not a high bar to pass, but fuck. That's it.
What
Okay.
fuck?
I really
Is that-
enjoyed Wario Land 4.
Wario Land 2 on the Virtual Boy though.
It's
Anyway,
actually just called Virtual Boy
Terraria's-
Wario Land. Oh, so you're right. We should probably be focusing on Terraria just a little bit here. So now I have
There's like
two
two
new
people
crafting
watching this
items.
stream.
No,
Yeah,
Wario Land.
It's fine. That's
Essentially,
cool.
though, it is Wario Land 2.
I mean, yes and no. It has the stereoscopic 3D effect. Why did they never release that for 3DS, honestly? Would have been a good
Love you,
port.
tiny pee. I want to hug to the my
It's
boy,
because
pee,
they're-
pee.
Embarrassed by it.
No, I think it's just that people wanted to buy the 3DS so that they could have like a small chance for Wario Land with stereoscopic stuff so that they can actually play it. Or Virtual Boy games in general. And then they never got it.
Mario
Yeah.
Clash.
But you know what can? An Oculus. Or any other VR headset.
That is true. I don't
VB
think I want to
channel.
stare at black and red the entire time. I know.
That's why there's
I-
a black and white option.
Exactly.
Look, I don't think
But,
there's a
God.
lot of people willing to play Virtual Boy games, especially like now.
No, a lot of people just don't even really know enough about it to care. But
I do think if we have like a classic Wario Land collection, a re-release of Virtual Boy Wario Land, like marketed as the Wario
lost
Land
one.
you've never played,
mhm.
like that would get fans excited. Because
Yeah, people would
let's
like
be
that.
honest, the only people that cared to play about Wario Land Virtual Boy are the people who pirated Virtual Boy Wario Land. I
Right.
said
No,
Said
at that
that
point, it's just
weirdly,
people
but-
who are overly obsessed with Wario.
that too.
Yo, any Wario
How
fans?
did you get to my
and stuff?
Wario gas?
So
From the
I
piano.
honestly I want like Dream Collection is just Wario Land 1 through 4. You could even throw on Shake It if you absolutely wanted to.
Well, if you want
And
to
then-
keep the continuity correct, you also have to include the first two Mario Lands.
That is true. The Mario and Wario Land collection.
I don't think they're going to be releasing those anytime soon.
No.
No, they want to scrub a lot of that stuff from existence because you know I don't think Miyamoto is a big fan of the Mario
Oh.
Lands.
They gave you one chance on the 30th.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That did not last long, did it?
They gave you that one chance, and then that other chance on the Game Boy Advance and on the Game Boy Color. But that's it.
I really wish that Nintendo would do like more with their handheld stuff, only because a lot of it is still really good.
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
it's
game-
odd that there isn't a Game Boy Color Switch service.
hmm
Like, that seems like an obvious thing to do. And a
And
very
it-
easy thing
Because
to
that's where
emulate.
Kirby
Yeah.
got his start.
Yeah.
Unless there's some like legal issue somehow with some of those games.
There's
but I
no way
doubt
they
it.
lost the rights to it. This isn't Sega.
Look,
Yeah,
they
I know.
they eventually had the rights to GoldenEye 007. They can
They
probably
got
do anything.
online servers for GoldenEye. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Never thought that was going to happen. Never in a
At
million
this
years.
point, they're just holding stuff off, either due to incompetency or just really weird business decisions.
Probably. Well, that both, I guess. It can be both.
Probably both.
But if there was like a
Oh,
deluxe
Nintendo.
re-release and like not a Mario 3D All Stars re-release of like any of the Wario Land games, because I know that too is definitely amazing. But like, at least if you got us Wario Land 4 remastered and not just straight up emulated with the same aspect ratio, I think it would be fine.
That'd be pretty spectacular if you got widescreen ports of all the games.
Oh, especially some of like at least the Game Boy and Game Boy Color ones would kind of be nuts. But I do think you would have to do some editing, specifically with some of the boss battles.
Yeah, because like the arenas and all the stage design is built around a certain aspect ratio. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. Did the illegal gun parts get a better price? Oh, he's not even selling them. Was I talking to him during a blood moon before? I don't get it.
I think I would still probably be fine with just like a basic re-release of just 1 through 4.
That's nothing better than what we
$60.
have now, though. You know?
I mean that's true, but having like a way to play that.
What do you like
In
to
the-
do for $60?
I mean, there's
God,
good
if
ports of
that's
those
worth
games you could get on your
$60
phone.
I was about to say, if that's worth $60, dear God.
It's gonna be. If they did it, you better believe they would charge that much.
At some
You
point,
can
it's gonna be
complete
$70.
Wario Land
Please.
4 in like 3 hours.
Uh-huh. You are getting... Like, let's assume that they did a re-release of all the WarioWares. You better believe that would be $60. If they just did Wario Land 4...
Yeah, of course. It's called
Then it would just
Wario
be
Land...
$50.
No, it's called WarioWare Gold, and it's $40.
Yeah.
If they release Wario Land 4 by itself,
Then again,
it's
3DS
just
pricing is a bit crazy.
It would
If
be
they
a
were-
legit remaster, but they would charge $50 for it.
Yeah.
if
And all they would
release-
do is widescreen.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Unfortunately.
I want a remake or sequel to DIY.
You're not getting
DIY?
that on the Switch. Even
WarioWare
if it was
doing-
perfectly
Game
for
Maker Garage. That's
The best
all
I can
you're
do is
getting.
Game Maker Garage.
it. I don't know how well that did. It did not do well, I think.
No.
No,
It
it,
did
really
not.
didn't. It really didn't do well.
I think the concept was great, and like there's a lot of potential in it, even if it's really scuffed to unlock that potential. But it has a bit. It's the closest you're
Well-
getting to DIY, though.
That
My
doesn't have
like
storage.
main
WarioWare
problem
DIY.
is mainly just it is really cool. It's nice that you have like all this 3D functionality. But if I was going to go up to a kid and go like, "Hey, you want to program a video game for the first time?" I'd show them Scratch.
I give them dreams.
No, I'd give them C++.
No.
Get them
I
used to
don't
it
see-
first.
I don't want to wish
C++.
C++ on myself, and yet I'm doing it in this call.
Make them used to it. Make them used to it.
Yeah, you can rip the Band-Aid off if they really want to do development, but good lord.
if they're not able to like handle the like instability of the universe at their own fingertips, then they're not ready for game dev.
Nobody's ever
If
actually
you're
ready
not
for
ready
game
for
dev.
the eventual heat death of the universe and the sun to fucking explode, you're not gonna be ready for video games. Let me tell you, bud.
Especially not the
making 'em.
marketing.
You want to make video games? Mario Maker.
I do think
Oh, yeah,
Mario
there's
Maker
leather.
in like as much. I don't think Mario Maker 2 did as well potentially. I forget the exact
Well,
numbers.
Mario Maker 2 definitely did better than 1 because 1
Well,
stuck on the
yeah.
Wii U.
But there's something about 2 that always felt. What's the word I'm looking for? Sterile? I think sterile.
It's less
Just-
fun because a lot of the charm has already worn off from the first game and you don't have the gamepad anymore.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And no amiibo support.
Look,
Yeah,
That's
no,
a
no.
huge problem, actually. That's glaring.
yeah.
I mean, there were some cool things that 2 did. You could make Legend of Zelda levels and Mario 2 levels, but still.
I still
Those
think
are in
to
high-
this day, extra
15,
game
okay.
styles. There is
Yeah.
one extra game,
Yeah, they
and
never
it's Super
followed up
Mario
on that.
3D.
They never followed up on extra game
looked-
styles.
It looked like they were going to add more.
They
just had-
genuinely had us with that S. I'm gonna be real.
At least you can kind of make Mario Land stages once you unlock the Super Ball.
I mean, that's true, but
that S is doing some real heavy legwork there.
Yeah, that S. Ooh, mama.
that S is carrying.
That Mario 3D World category.
What if they just renamed it to Mario 3D World and it would just repeat twice?
They just
New
renamed
style unlocked. New Super Luigi U.
They just no. That's it's broken up into 2 categories. There's the main styles, which are the main 4, and then there's the Super Mario 3D Worlds category.
Okay. I think that you can reasonably say that Mario Wii U is much more popular than Wii. Considering there's like a Switch release, right? I'm just really. Actually, no, it makes a whole lot more sense because of like the helicopter mushrooms in the game.
Where's my Yoshi's Island theme?
That
That's
would be
fair.
sick. But like I feel like that's a tiny bit more complicated considering like even
It
if you
would
compare
be.
the tools, even if you compare like the modding tools for Mario World and Mario World 2.
You know
You
what
can
they should have
see-
done?
What?
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it would have been cool if they also gave people the option to use the
Jesus
16.
Christ.
It would have been cool if they let players use the 16-bit options of the 8-bit games that were featured in All Stars.
I don't think that would be extremely substantial. It would look the same for like all of them.
I don't know.
That's like Zapinator damage that I just did to the Eater Worlds. I was not prepared
Something-
for that.
Well, yeah,
Something
it
about-
is multi-shot damage.
Something about 8-bit Mario 3 just doesn't sit well with me, and it's probably because I grew up with the Game Boy Advance re-releases. But I just can't play Mario 3 on the NES. It doesn't feel right to me.
God bless your soul.
Oh yeah, crits were introduced in this release as well. That's a pretty big deal.
If I'm playing Mario 3, I'm either playing it on the All Stars collection or I'm playing with voice acting on Game Boy Advance.
Oh yeah, I also
There was some
just
voice
remembered
acting on
this
GBA?
version.
Yeah,
Yes.
when Mario gets a power up, he goes, "Haha, just what I needed."
That's funny.
Remember to just mention this now. There were critical hits up added. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, wow.
I like in Mario 2 on the Game Boy Advance when Mario gets like a combo with like vegetables or enemies. He goes for the tasty treat.
Just a little treat.
I like when Mario defeats Birdo and picks up the crystal. He goes, "A crystal." Birdo had voice acting.
I know it doesn't really make sense to criticize SA1 for this, but I just think it looks terrible.
Oh, it does look terrible, but that's the charm of it.
However,
SA1
I'm
Dreamcast
aware
looks terrible.
They both.
I'm
look
aware that there are significant and terrible differences that Eucalyptus would literally have like a concussion
field day
from
with.
hitting himself head
Like-
over all these differences. But like,
I mean, you compare Sonic Adventure to the other games that were out at the time, though, and like at least in cutscene animation, Crash Bandicoot had that beat.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot was better, but Naughty Dog also literally overclocked the PlayStation to make that happen.
Even Spyro cutscenes were better. Sonic cutscenes were
They
just
were
never-
on par, and they were lower poly.
I don't know. Spyro's presentation was a lot better than the cutscene presentation at Sonic Adventure, and then DX. Oof.
Well, yeah, DX was not ready. A lot of reasons DX didn't work out.
I remember I ordered. This was way before Amazon Prime was a thing. So you had to wait like 2 to 3 weeks to get your packages. I ordered Shadow the Hedgehog and SA2 simultaneously, and SA2 took a week longer to get there than Shadow did. So Shadow the Hedgehog arrived at my door, and I was playing that for a week. And
Oh,
then
you poor soul.
SA2 finally came, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!" Because
Finally,
like,
I don't feel compelled to play this anymore.
well, I was playing. I think I was when my mom walked into the room with my package. I was playing Shadow the Hedgehog, and I was on the Doom, which was one of the Arc levels.
Ooh.
And I was just like, I hate this level. I don't want to play it anymore. And my mom's like, "Here's your other game," and I'm like, "Oh, thank God."
I'm gonna take a hot take right here. I know I already said that I didn't like SA1, but just to add more burn, I thought like Shadow the Hedgehog was fine.
You like Shadow the Hedgehog more than SA1? Am I hearing this?
Not by much.
I mean, hey,
It's
we
still
all
by
like.
an amount.
I mean, I guess this man just likes ice physics, the game.
I really like the same sample that they used for Monkey Ball Arcade
I mean,
in like the ice
mu-
theme.
the music is good in
There are
Shadow.
there are some good songs in Shadow, like
No,
Lava Shelter.
it was one that Jun Sonoy always talks about having a lot of fun with.
I like Cryptic Castle.
Like I think that it could have done better if they had gone less nu metal with the soundtrack in terms of all the insert songs, but besides that, I think they did a really good job. It's just a shame about the way the game actually plays.
Dude, Final Haunt is a banger.
Yeah, I slept on that one for a while, but eventually snap you make sure that you don't forget.
But then you have like,
Go on.
no, you know what's funny? The Sonic and Diablon boss fight.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I don't know what they were thinking for any of that stuff, to be honest, man. Just doesn't add up.
What are they thinking?
Shadow canonically kills Eggman in 2 of the 10 endings.
There's no version of Shadow the Hedgehog where you join up with Eggman. Like, the one thing that makes the most sense for you to do after SA2.
Eggman's role in Shadow the Hedgehog was just like a bruh moment.
It's so dumb. It's all so dumb.
He asks Shadow to help him, and then like on almost every single level after you assist Eggman, Eggman boss fight. It's like, what?
Yeah, well, it's because they never made an ending where you actually join him. They
Yeah,
just,
they
they
just made
just
an
never thought to
ending.
do it.
I swear that they imply that Shadow just kills Eggman.
Yeah, but it's not canon, so who cares?
It's not canon endings, yeah.
Because the entire game is borderline non-canon. Has no impact on anything.
I wonder what isn't the true route the true hero pathway?
No, it's the Or yeah, I guess technically it is kind of.
It has to
Problem
be the
is,
True
Final
Hero.
Story retcons True Hero's ending too.
How does it retcon True Hero's ending?
I'd have to look back, but I remember something not adding up. Like literally, I think it was location related.
Don't they end up on the Black Comet in True Hero?
Maybe they do. Maybe I'm getting my endings confused. But
I believe they do. I think, or I don't remember if True Hero ended in Cosmic Fall. I don't remember.
that sounds right, but I could be misremembering.
Well,
I
I'm
don't know, I
looking
haven't
this
played
up.
Shadow in a long time. It's a very tiresome game.
Shadow True Hero.
Like, I get it that Big is a huge time waster in SA1. It's nothing compared to like any of the arc missions or any of the arc flashbacks in Shadow. Like, combine those will take up so much more of your time on stuff that you do not care about. It's kind of hard to defend.
I
I found-
still think the greatest disservice that Shadow the Hedgehog does is they take probably one of the most interesting like characters they could go forward with and just fumble the ball so badly that the other team gets like 2 touchdowns somehow.
Okay.
For real.
I love that. So if you go evil pathway up until Cryptic Castle, and then help Amy find cheese and cream, and then do True Hero for the rest of the route, that is pathway 44, and it's called the Miracle of Love.
Requires 3.
God,
Self.
Shadow
Okay.
the Hedgehog and its 326 different routes.
Also, I'm looking at the stage select, and I believe that the True Hero ends on Cosmic Fall. Actually, no, it doesn't. Hold on.
Then where does it end?
I think it ends on Final Haunt.
Okay.
I can't find any high-res images, though. Shadow,
Here we are.
the hedge, hog,
The edge.
level map.
We're gonna rock the tuxedo with fishbowl aesthetic today,
Yeah.
fellas.
Yeah, it's Final Haunt. Cosmic Fall is the second best good pathway.
Oh, you know what I forgot to check? I forgot to see what would happen if I put a jungle rose in my hair and then transferred versions. Because they changed all of your jungle roses to jungle spores.
Hey, Shadow, Vector wanted me to find 5 top secret discs. But, like, what's a top secret disc?
5 top secret dicks.
Yeah, I have 3 jungle spores here. Okay, so if I change one of those, I'm gonna go back a version just for like a quick test, not to like revert everything I've already done for 106, because we're basically done anyway. And I'm gonna try to see what happens to my my jungle rose if I have one in my hair. If it turns it into a vanity item, or if I have a jungle spore as my social slot.
Okay, so Logan, I think what confused you is, okay, so the second to final level in the True Hero pathway is Lost Impact, which is the one where you have to find all 35 artificial chaos.
Uh-huh.
If you go straight for the goal ring, the flashback ends and the arc is exploding, which causes you to do the Vector mission where you find the computer room. But if you destroy all 35 artificial chaos, you end up with Sonic, because you look out. I think you look out the window and you see the black comet, and then you and Sonic go to the black comet.
I see. Okay.
I could see why you thought that, though, because I mean, no one likes finding all 35 artificial chaos.
Nope. I know I don't anyway.
I still think the worst level in the entire game is the level where you are playing with Knuckles, and there's 30. There's like 35 mini bombs around the city.
Windows
And then, like,
6.
and then on the Black Doom side, there's like 5 giant bombs you have to set off.
Okay, got the files reset. And then we'll load 105 real quick. Just for this little test, and then this continuity will be undone, and we'll go to 1061 with the other file. Whoop. Game crash, maybe? Oh, yeah, game crash.
I like how the gun boss fights are references to F-Zero.
Yeah, weird. Whenever I drag it onto this screen, it just breaks.
I think the names of the two like gun robot boss fights in there are Devil Dog and Blue Falcon.
I'm gonna load the game first.
And
That's
I don't know
so
if Devil
weird.
I don't know if Devil Dog is a reference to F-Zero, but Blue Falcon is definitely a reference to F-Zero.
Okay, I might change to like a window capture for just a second, guys, just so that you can actually see what I'm doing here, because it seems to be really mad at me moving my screen over. So we're gonna kind of rig something up here.
Wasn't Skyrail supposed to be a Sonic level, but then they switched it to a Shadow level because there wasn't enough Shadow levels?
Yep.
Well, I guess
Okay,
it worked
moving-
out. I guess it worked out in the end because Skyrail is in Sonic Frontiers.
Yep. The best Sonic game, obviously.
I think the cyberspace levels when they reuse Adventure 2 levels are at the game's best, because the way Sonic controls in Frontiers, it really fits the SA2 level design.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I put a jungle rose in my character's hair. Let's see if the game. Okay, good.
I think there's like 5 or 6
See what happens.
speed levels from SA2 in Frontiers. So I'm trying to think. There's City Escape is in there, but it's like a cut down version without the snowboard or gun truck.
It actually
then-
did it. I have a jungle spore in my social slot.
Green Forest is in there. Metal Harbor's in there. Sky Rail's in there.
Name another Terraria character with a jungle spore in their social slot. Oh, wait.
Social media.
And I bet if I take it out, I can't put it back. Yep. Pretty cool. The shame it doesn't have any actual like visual indicator on it. It just shows up as nothing, but still neat. Okay, so we'll delete these files. And we'll go to 1061. Or you know what? We're I can show off it. I think it's literally just the sawmill. So we can swing that.
I want to make a tier list of Shadow the Hedgehog stages.
What's at the very bottom?
Central City.
Central City is do you agree with that?
Yeah, Central City's pretty shit. The number 1 stage is Sky Troops.
Sky Troops. Don't
The-
believe I played that level.
The top 3 stages in S tier are Sky Troops, Final Haunt, and Gun Fortress. In A tier, we have Lethal Highway,
Oh shoot, I accidentally.
Mad Matrix, Space Gadget, Lava Shelter, Glyphic Canyon.
First of all, go window.
This image is really blurry, so it's hard to.
Disable
Air
full screen
Patrol.
optimizations.
Or no, Air Fleet, Glyphic Canyon,
I'm gonna restart
No.
it.
Cryptic Castle, and Digital Circuit. That's all A tier stages in this. B tier stages are Westopolis. Um, is it
Perfect.
Chrome Park or Chaos Park? I don't know. But it's the theme park one where you collect 400 rings. Then
And
there's
you get to hear his famous line.
oh yeah. What is
Oh,
that?
of
Damn.
course, his famous line.
Chaos Emerald.
Then there's the
I'm
Ark.
gonna shadow all over them.
Oh, small thing. I think the wiki mentions that the trash can was introduced in 106. I don't think it was there. I think it's here as of 1061.
Let's see.
Small thing, just happened to notice it.
The Last Way, which is the final story stage. Prison Island and Iron Jungle. C tier, we have
Iron Jungle sounds like a future Paradox Rillaboom.
we have I believe it's that I think it's Black Jungle. It's where you fight Black Bull for the second time. Cosmic Fall. And
I think it needs chains.
Black Comet. D tier has
Sawmill.
nothing in it. E tier has the Doom and Lost Impact, and then F tier is Central City.
It's just one level.
Yeah. Central City is a terrible level.
Oh, does this need to have like one floor lower?
Okay, now here's a tier list of Sonic Riders stages. Only in the first one. In this S tier, he has Sega Carnival and Red Canyon.
I'm gonna level with you. I never really played. Or no, wait, you're not talking about. For some reason, I processed that as rivals, not riders.
Then in good stages is Metal City, Sega Illusion, Sky Road, and Green Cave.
How original.
In decent stages, we have Dark Desert. Wait, no, it's not. Oh yeah, Dark Desert, Sand Ruins, Digital Dimension, Splash Canyon, and Babylon Garden. Forgettable stages, we have Babylon Circuit, Night Chase, Ice Factory, and White Cave. And then in the Egg Factory tier, we have Egg Factory.
Is that level that bad?
I don't think it's a bad level, but it's just at the bottom of this tier list for some reason.
Yo, Sega the Saga the Sega.
Huh.
Do you want to hop over to the SMBEX server?
I just kind of want to stay here because everyone's here.
That's fair.
Well, I am probably going to be wrapping up stream now because I have the sawmill, and I don't think there's
No.
anything.
I said
else.
everyone is here.
Oh, I can make a barrel. I can make a barrel. All right, guys, we now have barrel. Congratulations, merchant. Your room now has barrel. That is I think about all I can do though. I don't think they added any other items you make with the sawmill. Let me look here.
I'm getting a phone call. I will be back.
All right. Okay, someone made a Sonic characters tier list. So in Master Emerald tier, we have Sonic and Sonic Man.
Shadow orbs will no longer be smashed during world generation. Was that a thing at one point? That's pretty crazy.
In A tier, we have Shadow, Tails, Knuckles, and Eggman. In B tier, we have Blaze, Metal Sonic, Chaos, Gamma, Omega, Vector, Rouge, Emerald, and Gemerald. Amy, all three Chows, Espio, Merlina, Infinite, Fang, Beam, Bark, Orbot, Cubot, the Hard-Boiled Heavies, Mechasonic, Egg Robo, Zavok, Zaz, Emo 1, Beta, Big the Cat. I don't know who that is. That's not from a game. Sally, Bunny Rabbit, Nicole, and Antoine. In C tier, we have Charmy, Cream, Gerald, Professor Pickle, Mighty Ray, Tikal, Silver, Caliburn, Chip, Jet, Wave, Storm, Honey the Cat, Gadget the Wolf, which is the canon name of the OC and Forces.
Mm.
Yacker, the old Zeddy guy, I don't know his name. That's how much I care about the Deadly Six. Metal Knuckles, Tails Doll, Vanilla, Sticks, Maria, Johnny. I don't know who that is. That girl from Sonic Chronicles, the Echidna one. Shara, the ghost from the Sonic Unleashed promotional movie.
What?
The Ghost Girl.
Okay.
Omo Chow, Cosmo, Rotor, King Hamanamanuga Huka Puka, the general from Shadow the Hedgehog. In D tier, we have Zamam, Xena, Elise, Marine, Black Doom. And then in bottom garbage tier, we have Heavy, Bomb, Methless, Scourge, and Eggman Nega.
They really put Heavy and Bomb at the bottom? Come on. They're great. I love Heavy and Bomb. Heavy and Bomb are the best additions to the series since Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo.
Quite the expansive tier list, I must say.
Okay, well, guys, I think that's about every major item you can get in the classic days of Terraria. This is about as advanced as crafting setups got once they introduced the sawmill. This was essentially the endpoint of what they most likely wanted to release Terraria as before all of the plans got rushed and they had to release essentially a beta version that was updated over the course of the summer. Here we finally have basically what they originally wanted to have. But this isn't where they stopped. They decided to keep going and introduce hard mode in the next update, which is going to be pretty massive. We'll get to that next time, but that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in, if you have, or tuning in post, if you choose to. And so long, Gay Bowsers.
Sayonara.
Okay, so I need to clown on this tier list real quick because there's some weird